My name is Citlalli Parra. Most of you already know me, and if you're seeing this for the first time and you don't know who I am, I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I'm Mexican. I am based in San Miguel de Allende, and I'm hosting my next retreat for Oaxaca in October, from October 3rd to October the 10th of this year, 2024. I initially had it posted for September. However, it was becoming slightly difficult, so I wanted to shift the dates before it became too late, and have more people the opportunity to join. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what this retreat is going to be about, because it's going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to connect with the right people that wants to join to this retreat, because I know that the people that come are just going to be mind blown by all of the things that we're going to learn, by all of the things that we're going to find out, and all of the things that we're going to absorb, and we're going to get so inspired, and the new connections and resources. So it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful trip. And I wanted to take you a little bit to dip into what this retreat is going to be about. Initially, I had it, the first retreat I made, which was at the early of this year in February, I had it for 5 days, but I realized it became very tight, and the girls that came, they were a little bit tired because it was full on. You know, when you do these trips, you want to take advantage of everything. So it's like from the morning till the evening, and sometimes it can be very tiring. So I wanted to extend it for a few more days, so we had the time to integrate some of the places that we're gonna visit and rest, you know, so we have more energy the next day. So from being 5 days now, I'm extending it to 8 days, a full week. And so the first day we're gonna meet and greet. We're gonna go to a really, really nice restaurant, which is one of the best in Oaxaca. This is gonna be like our welcome dinner. Make sure you subscribe to my Substack so you see the full itinerary, the full program, and the places that we're gonna go. And then the next day, we're gonna have a Oaxaca Centro tour experience. We're gonna go visit different museums and different places. And then we're gonna go to a town which is like 30 minutes away, and we're gonna see how they make the paper, natural paper making, all of the process. It's beautiful. Oh, like mind-blowing. It's one of the best things I love. We're gonna visit an art center, which is one of my favorite art centers in all of Oaxaca. We're gonna go to museums, and it's gonna be a full-on day. It's gonna be a little bit tiring, but it's a beautiful start. And then after that day, the next day, we're gonna go visit Josefina, which is one of the artisans that I've been very blessed to work with, and that I met 5 years ago. And I'm so blessed to be able to connect with her and with her family, because for me, they're one of the most amazing, genuine, beautiful, talented people on earth. And so we're gonna go visit her and see their natural dye process, a brief glimpse into what natural dyes is, and we're gonna see the weaving demonstration. We're gonna have a local culinary experience. Then we're gonna go visit some ancient ruins, which are at the town next to Josefina's, and these ruins are just amazing. And if you know me, you know how much I love ancient history and ancient knowledge, and I'm really into ancestral civilizations. And I don't usually go to what mainstream media says. I always like to go deeper and do my research, and according to my personal experiences, my family experiences, and the things. I'm not an archaeologist, I'm not a historian, but I do my own research. I have my own beliefs, and I'm happy to share a little bit of these seeds with you guys, so to enrich this experience. And then after this, the next 3 days are going to be a full-on workshop on natural dyes. We're going to dive deep into the cochineal prehispanic pigment. And for those who you don't know, the cochineal prehispanic pigment is one of, if not the most important pigment in Mexico, with the most relevance. When the Spanish came, they abused, they exploded, they stole this pigment, they took it to Europe, and then the nobility, the people in church, on high hierarchies, they were the only ones permitted to use clothes naturally dyed with this pigment. Not even the natives had the permission anymore to dye with this pigment. They were only collecting it, they were reproducing it, and then it was taken from them to be taken to Europe. So it has, unfortunately, a story of a story which is a little bit sad and part of our timeline, you know. And unfortunately, this pigment, from being native, I mean, it's native from Mexico, and from us being the biggest producers, we almost lost it. Peru has become the main producer of this pigment, and then Islas Canarias in Spain, and so it's difficult to compete with prices on the market, because the conditions that we have here for the reproduction are very different to the conditions that are in Peru, for example, or even now in Islas Canarias. But that doesn't mean that it's less worthy, because it's originally from this region, from Mexico, from Oaxaca, and we're gonna learn about it in Oaxaca with one of the engineers that make sure to reintroduce it to the artisans in Oaxaca and to many other people in Mexico. And he's not someone that brags about it, but the people who know it was him. Obviously, it's not like he was responsible to reintroducing it to all of the people. No, there were obviously family of artisans who kept this beautiful treasure. However, also, you know, in the 1900s, you know, like I think it was in the, I don't want to be wrong with the dates, but you know, but the time where all of the synthetic and chemical dyes took over the industry, and many of the natural dyes, you know, almost died, and cochineal was no exception. So you know, there's a long history, and there's a lot of appreciation we need to have for this pigment, and especially because it's an amazing link to our culture, to who we are, and to be able to still preserve this knowledge and to learn it from one of the masters. It's trust me, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I cannot explain you enough how important, how rich, and how wonderful this experience is going to be for you, because we're also going to collect other species on the field, and then from these species we're going to combine it with the cochineal. We're going to make 12 original tones, and from these 12 original tones we're going to make 28 combinations, giving in total 40 different tones that we're going to unlock. So it's going to be amazing and mind-blowing. This retreat is open to anyone. You don't need to be an artist, you don't need to be a woman, you can be a man, a woman. As long as you're someone who's respectful of the ways and customs of the elders, of the artisans, of nature, of animals, kids, of my time, and of everyone that joins, you're more than welcome. If you want to learn more about popular arts, about our history, if you want to learn it and support Mexican families and not only foreigners, this is a retreat for you. And I cannot explain you enough how important and how beautiful this retreat will be. We're going to have also culinary experiences. We're going to visit the silk sanctuary, which is in the middle of the mountains. We're going to understand the whole process of the silkworm. This is an ecological silk, because they wait for the silkworm to develop its whole phases before and after they leave the cocoon is when they use these cocoons to do the hand threading, the weaving, and then the natural dyeing. It's just mind-blowing and so beautiful. I met this silk sanctuary when they opened, when they had opened 2 months, and I was one of their first visitors because it was during the pandemic. And so I hold this place so deep and close to my heart. And it's, you know, these kind of places that, you know, that they are so wonderful, so unique, so special. They're like this amazing jewel that you appreciate so much, and you know, you're in the between. You don't want to share it, but you also want to know everybody to know about this. So I'm in between. But I know that everybody who takes the opportunity to meet this place, to connect with these people, they're just going to be mind blown, because trust me, this is one of Mexico's hidden jewels. And I want to connect with people who actually respect this, that doesn't bargain, that values this, that appreciates this, and it's going to be amazing. We're also going to have a very special host, which is a wonderful friend photographer. She is amazing, my dear friend Joe. So you really want to be part of this retreat, because I'm sure there's going to be amazing people joining. And so you're going to have your private room. It can also be shared. You need to let me know. Most of the meals are included. We're going to go to amazing places. We're going to have local culinary experiences, but we're also going to go to restaurants. I don't want it to make it too fancy, because we need to diversify. You need to understand exactly how a Mexican lives. It's not only just going to fancy restaurants, but I want you to see the whole spectrum. And so this enriches your experience. And we're gonna have private transportation within Oaxaca. I'm sorry, it's not personal. If you need some things to do, that's gonna be on your behalf. Just the transportation is gonna be for the itinerary that I have for this retreat. And there's gonna be many extra delightful surprises. So make sure you jump in. I'm only opening it for 5 spaces. Please leave me a comment, send me a message telling me a little bit about who you are, what do you want to learn, what you aim for. And I will send you the Substack post for you to read the whole itinerary. Make sure you subscribe for free so you don't miss any of the updates that I make. And I can't wait to see you and to meet you and see who's joining for this next retreat. Make sure you join, because I don't know if I'm gonna make another one next year or the next years. I need to see how I feel, and so right now I feel good for making this one in October. So make sure you join, and you're one of the special people joining for this next retreat. See you soon. Ciao.